Welcome in this video. In this video, I'll talk about habits that help me to create my reality. Okay, I will just basically explain to you what habits I use to create this reality and how you can use them as well. Okay, so let's get started. And first of all, a lot of people, they talk about habits like cold showers and these habits in the outer world. It's true, they are also helpful, but I will focus more on the inner habits, because from my perspective, this is what truly creates the reality that you want, right? It's the inner world that creates the outer world, from my perspective. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that I use is visualization. I use it in the morning where I visualize how I want to be, what kind of person I will be when I have achieved my goals, okay? When I have achieved what I wanted and manifest what I wanted. In the evening, I visualize my outcomes, or the outcomes that I have, the outcomes that I want to achieve, the number that I want to have on my bank account, everything, the friends that I want to have, where I want to live, everything around that, everything. And the other thing that I use, this is something that I do over the day. I do it as much as possible over the day. It's that I visualize on the process itself. What I mean is, for example, before I go pumping or before I start exercise, I visualize how I do this perfectly as my ideal self. And the same counts for meetings, or when I meet with people or something like that, or do an activity, or even do YouTube videos. I always visualize that I do that basically like my future self, right? Because the more you do that, the more you will become in the process like your future self. This is one of the most important visualizations, process visualization. It helps, especially if you do it before you start an activity. And just do it as much as possible over the day and just feel the feeling. Another thing that I do is just practice mindfulness. I just ask myself, okay, how do I feel? What do I think right now? And who is behind this thinking? Okay, who's the thinker, for example? And this is really important, because the more consciousness you have, the more you can influence yourself in the world. And the other thing that I do is just like journaling. I have also an app, or I have also myself on WhatsApp. I can make the notes even if I'm not at home. I don't have a journal right now with me. I can just take notes, on this app, or write to myself on WhatsApp. And it helps you a lot with self-reflection to write everything down, because then you don't have these thoughts in your head. You are detached from that. It helps you a lot to proceed also emotions and stuff that happens within you. It's really powerful. It's really powerful and underrated. And another thing that can help you, it can help you to create your identity. So to get what you want, at the end, it's important that you create your ideal self, the kind of person you want to be. This is why we visualize that. Why do we visualize that? Because you connect to your future self. You connect to yourself and you activate the RAS, reticular activating system. And it's automatically, it's searching for your goals automatically. It's searching for that what you want to have automatically if you visualize. The more often you visualize, the stronger it will become. Okay? The more it will search for what you truly want to attract, what you want to have. It's like a search engine. It's like Google. And it always goes in the direction of your goals. Okay, so this is why visualization is important at all. And another thing that I can recommend you, that's just what I do right now. Literally just want to open up and explain what I do over the day. Is at the end of the day, I write down in my journal, I would write down three evidence that helps me to that helps me basically to find evidence that I'm more of my future self, you know? For example, when I notice, okay, I have recently done something good, something that drives me towards my future self, like I have become better at conversations, for example, then I write it down. This is again an evidence that I'm more like my future self, that I'm that kind of person, or that I will have that kind of success. It's necessary for your mind to find evidence over the day, to become the kind of person that you want to be. The more evidence you have, and especially if you feel it, it's always important with all these practices like visualization, and also if you try to find evidence and journal on that, it's important that you feel it. If you feel it really strongly, this is when it goes deeper and faster in your subconscious. That's the fucking shit, man. Yeah, and the other thing that helps me a lot is literally just self-reflection, just reflection of the week. I literally just plan the week ahead, and I bring it in alignment with my goals, with my vision, with my future self. And then I reflect at the end of the week. Okay, what can I do better? How was the week at all? What were my successes? So just ask yourself a couple of questions, what you can do better, what you learned, and yeah, what was good about that week. And you get conscious what you can improve. It's very important. I write also down sometimes deeper behaviors, beliefs that I have found out about myself. And the last thing that I want to share is literally the ability to take action, because this is the bridge between the inner world and the outer world. Okay, a lot of people, they in the spiritual space, they lose themselves in this woo-woo shit. Fuck this woo-woo shit. At the end, you want also real change, right? You want that your life changed for real, right? So that's why it's important to take action. And I just analyze myself. Why do I take actions all? It's because I have some pressure. I have like a deadline for the week. Like I want to achieve this and that goal. And because I have some inner tension, like, okay, I want to achieve that. Because of that, I act. But it's also important not to act too much. If you're that kind of type who acts anyway all the time, it's important not to overdo it, because you just act out of impatience or act out of the intention to be just busy. You will just self-sabotage yourself. So it's important to have a balance between pressure and also relaxation. Okay? So this pressure, just not too much pressure, but also not no pressure at all. Just some kind of pressure that you act and that you know your why, that you have a reason why you want to act. Okay? And what you don't want anymore in your life. That helps a lot to act. Your why, basically, that you know your why. Okay? And the rest is just your inner voice. What do you think about taking action? I literally just think very often, okay, hey, it's a great thing. Yeah, action helps me to achieve my goals. And if not, I just observe that. I also don't think all the time perfectly or something like that. Sometimes I judge myself. I just work on that. If I notice that, I just observe that, right? And the other thing, like that helps me is literally I just ask myself the question is the cup half empty or half full? Is the glass half empty or half full? That helps me to focus more on the positive. That I always wire myself to focus on my goals, my vision, and the positive. If I look at things, I just ask myself, do I see it as half empty or half full? If I notice I see it as half empty, okay, then I refocus. And now comes the most important habit of all that I take. This is like probably the most important of all. If you stayed at the end of the video, that will be your reward. So this habit is literally when I experience a trigger, an emotion, I don't ignore it. Even if right now I'm in a conversation, let's say I'm in a meeting, okay, and I don't have time to focus on that. Later when I come back, or when the conversation is over, or when I'm at home, I take my time to experience this emotion. I take my time to experience this emotion and just accept it fully, experience fully, and give it attention. Not try to suppress it. It's not real, fuck the shit. No, don't do that. And this is like half of the job to achieve your goals is just that. Because if you let go, so much benefits happens. You sabotage yourself less. You feel more good enough. You take more action towards the real goals that you truly want, not what society tells you. And you will be more open to receive good things. Like half of the job is just that, just to let go, right? And this is like this one habit that I do. If I have a lot of triggers, to be honest, I don't have managed always to focus on all of these triggers. But if I just manage to accept 1 or 2 triggers a day, fuck off. And the more conscious you become, the more triggers you can realize. So if you right now don't have triggers at all, probably it's because you need to improve your self-reflection, your consciousness first. Yeah. So I hope this video helped you. These are basically my habits. Most of these habits, besides the taking action part, are inner habits, you know? And the outer habits, the literally most important thing is just to take action and plan your, reflect on your week and plan your goals, literally. Okay? So I hope this video helped you. You can share down below what kind of habits do you use, what helps you, or what do you want commit to use in the future, if you want to share that, right? And if you are interested to know more about letting go, because I said it's the one habit and it's true, just look at this video and you will find out more how to let go and how to surrender. And I believe it will help you a lot. See you next time. Bye bye.